Hello everyone, today's video is a special one.
So probably gonna put this into the video, like this is gonna be the beginning of the video, and there's gonna be like a later section of the video. So this is the beginning portion of the video. Haven't taken phenylparacetam yet. I've had maybe a pound and a half of red meat, some green tea. I'm gonna drink a lot more green tea, and then had some caffeine, theobromine, and theanine. That's nice. And then I'm gonna take some phenylparacetam and paracetam with some B vitamins. They have the choline in them. And I might go cap some caffeine theobromine for later in the day because I'm not taking any Adderall. I'm going off the Adderall. And yeah, so I want to keep my energy stable. So I'll just use caffeine and green tea as my stimulants because phenylparacetam is stimulating, but it's not like the same kind of stimulating. So then you get to see me off phenylparacetam, and you'll see me on phenylparacetam. It'll be fascinating. Okay, so I just took some of the phenylparacetam with some caffeine. Probably gonna hit me in like 30-40 minutes. The phenylparacetam is starting to hit me. Dang, that feels good. Gonna get some choline though from my parents' house because that's where I left all my choline. So I gotta take some of that choline, keep my choline levels good, so I continue feeling super sparacious from all this phenylparacetam. I was going to take some more paracetam. I like to stack phenylparacetam with paracetam and then some more B vitamins, maybe some theanine. But I just want to see how the pure phenylparacetam with the caffeine does going off of Adderall onto the phenylparacetam, so that I can actually get a good understanding of how these drugs all interact or relate with my brain chemistry on their own just before I stack them more, because that's generally good practice. This is such an advantage of mine, is that everyone else is limited to the Western pharmacopoeia of drugs to alter themselves. I'm not. I look around at all these people and I'm like, you've been on your psychiatric meds too long. That drug's tolerance is way past the point of diminishing return. But they just still keep increasing the dose because modern psychiatry is modern psychiatry and not the future psychiatry, which I'm trying to make, you know? I don't know. It's everyone needs to work together though. Like, I'm not better than these people. I'm just simply the guy who read all of their research and then built on it. I gotta say, this feels exactly like the last time I did the same, like a different version of this experiment where I was taking a bunch of Adderall, as prescribed, but taking Adderall and just like, wow, this is really not doing it for me anymore. Keep taking Adderall, take like caffeine, sometimes leaving like skip a few days, save up some, take more, doesn't do anything. Like, huh, okay. What's going on here? So I start looking at the receptor densities, like NMDA receptor activity, dopamine transporter activity and stuff. I'm like, okay, so Adderall has this long-term effect on the dopamine transporter and the NMDA receptor that's kind of inverse. Well, what it does is it stimulates them, but it makes them become underactive. And I've had this problem where I did Adderall ages ago, and I took like phenylparacetam at the same time. I had this insane headache. Like, I felt like I was gonna die. And I was like researching, why is this the case? It's because of paracetam's work to sensitize the NMDA receptor, and they work to sensitize the dopamine transport chain. Adderall stimulates the dopamine transport chain and the NMDA receptor. So at this point in time, my NMDA receptor was just going nuts, and my brain was like, ah. So I just took so much magnesium that I ended up shitting my brains out. But the magnesium did ease it. I didn't even take that much phenylparacetam. It took like so little of each of these substances to do that. So I never take racetams and Adderall at the same time. Though actually, I have taken like 5 milligrams of phenylparacetam with like 20 milligrams of Adderall, or 5 milligrams of paracetam, or something with like 20 milligrams of Adderall, and that has, it's just kind of like, it feels like playing with fire, and it feels like my choline system is getting really taxed when I do that. So I don't like to do that. I just don't do that because I also think there's something to do with choline and like your retina, like your eye's ability to adjust. Because I ended up tearing my retina at one point when I was really choline deficient, which is just a whole nother story about like, what does your retina's ability to adjust to light have to do with choline? I don't know, but that's something I'm definitely going to look into, because that was what turned me on to the headaches from the NMDA receptor due to taking racetams and Adderall at the same time, was what turned me on to the possibility that phenylpiracetam and piracetam could reverse the effects of Adderall tolerance, not simply at the level of not taking Adderall, but at the level of actually saying, okay, let's not go through withdrawal. Let's not experience the downregulation in brain metabolism resultant from decreasing stimulation of the NMDA receptor. Let's not do that. Let's resensitize the NMDA receptor so that all of the brain activity currently stimulated by the Adderall maintains itself, but also then is maintained. So essentially, it's like a different power source. It's like, instead of unplugging my brain from Adderall, I am unplugging it and then immediately plugging it back into phenylpiracetam, which provides power at a different source, but it's such a quick turnaround time that the capacitors in my brain, let's say, haven't discharged yet, so I'm maintaining all of the cognitive function from the Adderall, but now getting additional cognitive function from the phenylpiracetam. Just watch my old videos, watch my video from yesterday. The cognitive function is way better right now. So I'm getting higher cognitive function from the phenylpiracetam, maintaining the cognitive function from the Adderall. I mean, specifically, I think it's the function of Adderall in the nucleus accumbens and substantia nigra, those dopaminergically motivated systems. And now I'm maintaining the same level of brain metabolism, but not through the substantia nigra and nucleus accumbens, but through the prefrontal cortex, not with dopamine-mediated neurotransmitter systems, but with choline-mediated neurotransmitter systems, with maintaining the same level of functioning. So now I'm just going to do this for like a week or 2 or 3 until I start just kind of feeling little run down, because I'm imagining my body's going to be like, whoa, all the Adderall's out of the system. There may be some lag in a month or 2. I don't know, maybe I'll just sleep though a bunch and maybe that'll be good. But I'm going to listen to my body on this, really listen to my receptors. You know, this is my brain, you only get one of these things. This is your brain, you only get one. I'll say it again, this is your brain, you only get one. So, yeah, like resensitize those receptors. Oh, I feel so good. My brain feels like an orgasm. This is awesome. Oh. Oh, yeah, it's just perfect brain metabolism. It's like, you know, you take Adderall, you're like, whoa, you feel great if you have no tolerance. Well, I feel the same way, but from phenylpiracetam, because again, it just has to do with sensitivity of the NMDA receptor. Actually, I think that's the mechanism. So with sensitivity to the NMDA receptor, all is well. And I don't have the default mode network activity from the Adderall. Like, I'm just much less habituated, which is so irritating. That's why I wanted to stop taking the Adderall, because I felt like the ADHD was just going away. Like, my ability to just flip from idea to idea to idea to idea to idea is not there when I'm on Adderall, and it drives me insane. I don't like that. I like it when my brain's going crazy because I'm not in ketosis, so it's just not working and I actually feel schizophrenic. And at that point, the Adderall is very, very, very helpful just to calm it down. But once my brain's working, baby, like, let it fly, let it rip, let it go, let it just run at 1,000,000 fucking miles an hour as fast as possible, faster than anyone else's mind could even conceive of. That's what it's doing now. It's just going crazy, which is awesome. So yeah, I'm just sharing this. Experiment, great success day 1, but I want to maintain choline. Gotta take some choline. Gotta test out differences between CDP choline bitartrate, maybe alpha GPC or something. This is great. And the thing is too, like, Adderall has effects on your body's metabolism and digestion as well. That's something I didn't like. I didn't like the effects Adderall was having on my digestion. So, switch over to phenylpiracetam. Phenylpiracetam has no effects on my digestion. But because my brain metabolism is still really high, my brain metabolism is triggering my bodily metabolism to be really high. So the mitochondria all over my body and brain are just firing like a happy mitochondria. And I'm walking, which stimulates them even more. So I'm just training my mitochondria through chemistry, through walking, through ketosis, through exercise, through meditation, through proper living and regulation of my HPA axis and being in bed at 10 o'clock and all that good jazz that Muhammad Ali talks about. I'm going to win the ADCC, motherfuckers.
All of that, just having high functioning mitochondria, which I actually believe is probably the secret to immortality, but I think that it's regulated by your brain. I think that that's where all these immortality cults doing mushrooms came from, is that you need to have an HPA axis that fundamentally believes that you can do it, or you're not going to do it. You'll find ways to not do it. So you have to dehabituate the loser mind, basically. And you can do that with psychedelics. There's people selling some stuff. It's nice. How's it going, guys? But they're part of Teen Challenge. They're very anti-drug. No drugs ever, no matter what. They want you to join their cult. I think you should join my cult. I really have a cult. I'm not trying to start a cult anymore. I'm just doing my own thing, and people can bother me if they want. But I don't know, I love this line. Jubal Harshaw says this in Stranger in a Strange Land. He's like, I tried to serve the world, and then I realized the world did not want to be served. So now I do what serves myself. That's me. And I make those solutions available to other people because I need to generate money to live. I think Fordism is really cool too. Like, ultimately, you can use business to improve the lives of everyone. But I have to say, like, I'm really Ayn Randian in the sense that, like, I just don't think that the motivation to improve other people is good. Like, okay, so when I was trying to fix insomnia for, like, the world, I was trying to solve global insomnia. I literally wanted to make it so no one had insomnia anymore because I was really upset that I had it. So I was just like, well, this is going to make me feel better. I will feel better if no one else ever has insomnia because I fixed it. But that's the thing. I'm trying to steal their problems. Like, people don't want me to steal their problems. That's their problem. I got to let them solve their own problems. Now I just have Week to Warrior. I'm going to win the ADCC, and you can buy my supplements if you want to. But I had to go through that, though. I had to realize that I was hurting people by trying to help them so that I could help them by not trying to help them, by just trying to help myself. Because really, I'm just connected to all of you. Like, we're all just one human consciousness that's united in the spirit of creation itself, which is God. And ultimately, if I'm not serving that highest spirit of creation, then I'm just like kind of a piece of shit, and I'm going to feel like a piece of shit. My life's going to be a piece of shit life. I don't want that because I'm selfish. I want to have the best life ever. So the way I do that is by, well, first I was like, I'm going to help people because, like, I want to help people. But then, like, I didn't realize, though, like, they're already me. So when I was helping them and not helping myself, I was hurting them because I was hurting myself. But now that I help myself and I don't really try to help other people as much, I actually do help them because they see me helping myself, and then they want the same results that I have, so then they go find my solutions, and then they help themselves with the solutions I created for myself that I made available to them, which is actually what they wanted to do in the first place, because I'm not stealing their problems from them. I'm allowing them to solve their own problems in their own way rather than trying to impose insomnia solutions on the world, because that's what I was trying to do. And, like, you get resistance. You get resistance because people are like, whoa. You're just going to step in here and change my entire life and just make me into a Devin clone so I don't have insomnia anymore? I'm like, yeah, of course I am. They're like, So I would have this where, like, it would work. People would no longer have insomnia, and they would sabotage themselves. They're just going to eat a bunch of, like, junk food. And I couldn't figure out why until I realized, like, I'm making it too easy. I just give you everything. You're like, hey, this is it. And then you just do something else, and you're like, it doesn't work. And it's whatever. This is about phenylparacetam. But basically, though, the whole thing with the phenylparacetam is simply that so right now, the purpose of my company is to make enough money that I can ultimately change U.S. legal statuses, create my own country, get my own offshores, like proprietary island or something. Just, I need to have a legal system that I am operating within or outside of. I just need to have access to the ability to experiment with phenylparacetam unencumbered, experiment with psilocybin unencumbered, experiment with psychedelics unencumbered, experiment with all of these novel drugs that, like guys, just look into it. Like, every drug that works that isn't patented becomes illegal. Every drug that works that they can't patent becomes illegal. It's a cartel mafia. All that the founding fathers did was give us guns and the ability to shoot tyrants. The same despotism that was in Europe is coming here. The same despotism that motivated the French Revolution to go chop off the heads of the French aristocracy is coming to the United States in the form of non-government organizations and these institutions that feel like democracy is the result of institutional consensus and not the result of the will of the people. The CIA, I think, specifically believes populism to be the biggest threat to the United States. We have guns. That's very helpful. We also have the access to information, and we have guns that ensures that we can kill people who try to take access to information from us. Unless you want to live in a society where you just have to take whatever drugs they give you, deal with whatever side effects come, and if you say, oh, I don't feel good, I'm dying, this isn't helping, they just say, shut up, you little problem piece of shit, go to the gulag and break rocks where you can't cause dissent. It's not a world I'm going to live in. I'm going to live in a world where I can experiment with phenylparacetam instead of just taking Adderall all the time, and my brain can feel like a constant orgasm, and I can be the brilliant genius and live the amazing life that I want to live. Done.
I am now going to take more phenylparacetam and taking 2 B vitamins because they got choline in them, and by the time this all hits, I want to be where the choline is so I can just roll and do my jiu-jitsu, and then after I do my jiu-jitsu, I'm gonna meditate. And after I meditate, I'm gonna go journal and I'm gonna write down all my brilliant thoughts. I'm gonna turn them into business plans that I'm gonna execute on. It's gonna be awesome. My brain function right now is, oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, I feel so sharp. I feel so sharp I could cut diamonds with my focus. There's a lot of lights on the car and I just finished meditating, but I spent the entire day on phenylparacetam, 2nd dose, amazing. I feel amazing. Continue to take phenylparacetam tomorrow in 2 doses, let you know how that goes. But just be aware, your right to take drugs like phenylparacetam is under attack. I mean, it's actually illegal right now. I had to buy this as a research chemical because it is illegal to sell phenylparacetam in the United States for human consumption. Yeah, it's illegal to be healthy, guys. They're coming for you. Who? Who's coming for you? Who is they? Read The Rights of Man by Thomas Paine. In The Rights of Man by Thomas Paine, Part 2 specifically, he goes into the despotism of the French Revolution and why it was necessary to behead all of those French royals. That specific structure has regrown in today's society in the form of institutional organizations that do not believe that democracy means populism. They believe democracy means the consent of institutional organizations. This is that very same despotism that Thomas Paine spoke of in The Rights of Man too. This is coming for you. This has already come for you. This is what stole the election in 2020. This is what tried to steal the election in 2024. This is what perpetuated the lie that was COVID. These very same people are making all of these substances that will help your brain become smart enough to articulate any of these things or oppose them illegal. They've already made them illegal. I'm consuming a research chemical that I tested, and it was phenylparacetam. At least there was nothing else in it, and it seemed to be phenylparacetam from the lack of behavior I found in the TLC, because I used ethyl acetate, but I'll be reconfirming with other tests. But it was good enough to confirm that there was nothing else in there. So fairly certain that this is phenylparacetam. Almost 100% certain. I'm trusting company because I cannot legally buy this stuff for human consumption because the despots who perpetuated the tyranny on the human mind that has gone on for all of human history. You know why they give you a key to the city? You do something great for the city? Because it used to be illegal to leave the city and come back. You know when peasants gained the right to go off of their nobles' land? When they discovered the New World, when there was something to compete with. Because where are you going to go? You're stuck here, bitch. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? And then they had the New World, and then that's when all of the parliamentary systems came into place. Look at your own history. Well, now it's coming back. All the founding fathers did was give us guns to ensure
that we have enough time to preserve free speech, that we can actually get this information out there. Weak to Warrior is simply a platform for me to advocate this stuff and wake y'all the fuck up. Why do you think this is at the end of the video? Why do you think this is a long video? So they don't see this, so my channel doesn't get banned, so I can get this information out there. Check out my other long videos. There's more information in there. All the useful information's in long videos so that my channel doesn't get banned and I can keep sharing this stuff. Welcome to the world as it is, my friends.